Thank you so much. As my colleague, the PS Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Macharia, has said, this is a second in our series of monthly consultations with our development partners. We've had excellent consultations. Let me begin, first of all, by saying on my own behalf, on behalf of the executive branch of government, say how grateful we are to our development partners. All of them who are here. We've worked very closely with them. We've gone through serious challenges in the past on COVID-19. Some of the vaccines we are administering in the country have been contributed by our development partners who are here. We've worked with some of them on, quite a wide range of development projects and activities. All the development partners who are here are engaged with the Kenya government on various development activities. We met to compare notes on how we are doing and how these activities are going. And they range from the state of the economy and the work we are doing together. That's why my brother and my colleague, our cabinet secretary for the National Treasury, was here, to how we are preparing on our part as the executive branch for the general elections, and also how we are responding to drought and the challenges of the drought in the country, as it were. We've discussed extensively on how we are going to deal with the issue of refugees in parts of our country, and we are going to work together with our development partners on this. Our colleagues from the communication team will circulate a full-length press statement about the discussions we have had. But just to say, on behalf of all my colleagues who are here this morning, and on behalf of the executive branch of government, to say how grateful we are to our development partners for their continued support, their focus on our country, and the solid collaboration that we have had with them. Before I invite the World Bank Country Director, who will say something on their behalf, I need also to say that this has happened courtesy of the very strong focus that our government has had on fostering and building better working relations with our development partners. Our president has been at the forefront of building very solid and sustainable partnerships with our development partners. The UNEP 50 and the UNEA that took place in Nairobi, the enhanced work that the UN is doing here, and the increased interest of foreign investment in our country are all testament to our president's focus on ensuring that Kenya remains at the forefront of economic and global development activity, not just in this region, but across the continent, and that is bearing fruit. And our meeting is held in the context of fostering those relations and ensuring that we work very closely with our development partners, and when there are issues to be discussed or issues to be raised, including on how we are preparing ourselves for the general elections, we are able to be forthcoming and forthright with our partners and respond to them effectively as we have done this morning. We can't thank them enough. We continue to work with them. We will be responsive to them. I have made that assurance on behalf of the executive branch of government. We will be very responsive to our development partners, and we will continue to work with them as we move forward. I'll now request the World Bank Country Director, Keith, to say a word or two on their behalf before we end this session. Keith.
Thank you, Honorable CS and Excellencies, members of government. On behalf of the whole development partner community, which comprises the diplomatic community as well as the United Nations system, we want to thank government very much for the opportunity to come together in these gatherings. Once the COVID situation eased up last month, government began hosting these meetings in person, which of course is a great tribute to the progress Kenya has made on the epidemic, and we are very grateful to be able to come together like this because it enables the entire partnership group to make sure that our support to Kenya is well aligned, that we are not having too many overlaps, leaving too many gaps, that we can hear directly from government on the priorities going forward, and we can adjust our own programs accordingly. We're gratified, obviously, by the progress on the epidemic, by the strong rebound that the economy has shown, and by the updates we received on the refugee situation and, of course, on the drought. We also congratulate government and the entire global community and the very successful UNEP at 50 event. This is, of course, a landmark, and Kenya has long been a very effective host to that partnership. So we are grateful of all of this, but still mindful of the challenges the country faces going forward, along with many others. And so we remain collectively committed to supporting the people of Kenya, working through its government and its representatives, both at the national and the county level, to help Kenya to move forward and continue not just to recover from the epidemic, but to regain a robust program of growth and prosperity going forward. So thank you, CS, and all your colleagues.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you indeed for this opportunity to get together. We appreciate it a lot as a donor community. Indeed, the world is facing challenges. We went through some of them, drought, but also the impact of the Ukraine-Russia situation on the world economy. And in this time, we have a key need to listen to each other. It's what partnership is about. It's what we want to, how we want to build our relationship with Kenya, all of us, and also to better to understand to your needs and continue to be your key partners. Thank you.
Thank you very much.